Well, hello and welcome to Celebration Machine. My name is Pete Hammond. I'm your host. Thank you for being here today, tonight, wherever we meet. I want to talk about the power of ritual. Rituals are a very important thing to me in life, and this video is going to speak to those things. Tonight's actually an example because, to be honest, I didn't feel like making a video. I don't have a ton of subscribers, and obviously I don't make any money from this, and the motivation to do it is purely because it's fun, and I enjoy doing it, and it's fun to build stuff. But in order to build anything, you have to show up. And I didn't want to show up tonight. I really didn't. It's summertime. We had a nice swim. It was a nice night. I wanted to hang out with my family. But now that everyone was going to bed, I'm like, oh, it's too late. But you know what? I got to show up. And I have to stay consistent. So here I am. And I want to make a video about ritual. And the first part about ritual is show up. Consistency. I wrote a book right here. Bad Times Bible. Don't look for it on Amazon. It's like $500 or something. I want to do a re-edit. It's a book I wrote about losing my mind back in '94 when I was a young man, and then I had cancer, and I took notes and stuff, and I wrote a book about it to help other people, because a lot of times when people go through crazy things or have experiences they want to share with others, because it's important and it seems to be part of the healing process. And ritual was important during that too, not only writing the book, but in the whole treatment process. I had rituals. I had all kinds of rituals to help me deal with stuff, and I didn't realize then what ritual was. I was a young guy and I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to purposely, be mindful and have a ritual. No, I just found myself doing certain things over and over again to make me feel a certain way and to achieve a certain result. So ritual doesn't necessarily have to be religious or have any sort of connotation at all, other than creating a sort of mindset or achieving a mindset or having a mindset to achieve a certain goal. My ritual was I would get up. My treatment was usually around 11 and I would go to treatment, and before that I'd drink water and stuff. I had these certain things I would take, go to treatment, and then I'd go to the library and I'd either read or I would write, and I would write every day without fail. If I didn't write right away to combat the anxiety, my anxiety would be really bad. So a lot of the ritual was wake up, just scribble, write 2-3 pages if I could, of absolute nonsense, even if it was just I feel crazy, I hate that I have cancer, if this is scary, blah blah blah. Keep writing, write, and drink water. I tried to be consistent with that. I felt better when I did it, which I think is key, because skipping things is easy, but you pay a price, right? So if you don't do stuff, you end up feeling shitty or just know you failed yourself on a small level. So that was that ritual. And then writing that book, I would set my alarm for 4:30 in the morning, and I would get up and I would make a coffee and I would sit down and I'd be half asleep and I'd just be banging away at the keyboard on my computer and getting the reps in and doing the work before I went to my job, which at the time was a garbage man. So I'd get up at 4:30 and I'd write, and then I'd go haul garbage for the day. And sometimes I'd write at night, but mostly I'd fall asleep pretty much after I had a shower and ate, because being a garbage man was hard work. And then I'd get up at 4:30 and do it all over again, sometimes earlier if I had to be at the shop earlier. But the point was I did it until the book was finished. I'm in my third book right now. Well, the third book of a 3-book series. It'd be my 4th book overall. And I've been missing some mornings, and I feel it. I feel out of sorts when I don't write in the morning. And just like I was going to skip this video, I feel out of sorts when I don't do these videos. And it doesn't matter that there's not thousands of people watching them. I do this for me primarily, to do something, to build something, to have memories, to think of stuff, and to share my knowledge and my experience. And it's fun. I enjoy it. The ritual of this, I enjoy. I enjoy setting up my gear. I enjoy getting my little space ready. You get into this mindset. There's a feeling that comes over you. This past weekend was our summer grading for my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, which was amazing, by the way. Talk about ritual. You go there, you put on your gi, and right away when you put on your gi, you're like, all right, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu. And when I get into that mindset, a certain feeling comes over me. When I step on the mats in my gi, a certain mindset comes over me, a feeling comes over me, and with people resonating in the same frequency, which is really important. Whether you're working together, training together, or just hanging out, you're going to probably end up matching the frequencies of the people around you, especially if you enjoy yourself. And if those people have amazing energy, it makes the experience that much better. So this past weekend was amazing. There's ritual behind all that. The room was full. There was a ton of people showed up for the grading. There was a bunch of people got their blue belts and purple belts and brown belts and black belts, which is black belt ceremony gets me every time, chokes me up, because there's a lot. If you don't train, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is pretty hard, and not a lot of people end up making it all the way to black belt for many reasons: injuries, disinterest, life gets in the way, you have kids, whatever. you fall out of the ritual of training. So again, ritual, super important. And I've stopped training multiple times, got hurt, moved, didn't feel like I fit in the gym I was in. And because the energy is important, no matter what you're doing in terms of ritual, if the energy doesn't feel right for whatever reason, you're not going to go. But anyway, amazing weekend. It was so powerful to watch my teammates get promoted. And I was promoted to brown belt at Christmas time. And sharing in that excitement is awesome. And just knowing, especially when you know the people that are getting graded and know how hard they've worked, it's an amazing feeling to watch them go up and get their next belt. And I loved it. And the rituals around it, you show up, there's a warm up, take a picture. That was really cool. And then we all line the mats, and the people that are grading go and sit on the mats, and then they have to be on the mats for, I think it was 45 minutes or an hour, while everybody else just took turns trying to pass their guard. That's a ritual, right? So it shows where your level's at, and it builds resilience and toughness. And it's also a way for your teammates to put a bit of suffering on you. And then for the people that were grading, so that was primarily, everyone did it, but it was primarily for the people grading to blue belt. But then for the purple, brown, black, which is considered the senior belts, there's another ritual, which the blue belts and white belts got to participate in. And that is called a shark tank, where there's groups of 5 or 6 people around each person who's grading. And every 30 seconds, they get a fresh person. And some call it a hazing ritual. I don't. Nobody gets hurt. You get hurt by accident sometimes. You're training martial arts. It's a live roll. Things are going to happen. People make mistakes. Things happen. You zig when I zag, or we both zig at the same time. Sometimes you take a knee to the face, whatever. It happens. But it keeps you humble, I'll tell you that. No man is an island, and no black belt becomes a black belt without a whole bunch of teammates helping them get there. And this is a way for everybody to roll with them and to really put it on them in a really loving way. And again, the energy's high, everybody's supportive. When your buddies are falling apart and they're exhausted and they're getting the glass eyes and they're exhausted, you're cheering them on while you're crushing them, and everybody gets crushed. So you got to remember that if you're out there, kids, participating in a shark tank or grading, and you're really putting it on someone, you're going to be in that position one day, and people don't forget. So don't be an asshole, be respectful, but put it on them, but respectfully and with love. So that's a pretty powerful ritual. And then once it's over, everyone cheers, and we all sit down again, and then the belts are presented. And it's always really, for me, it's emotional. It's so powerful. It's such a powerful ritual. The belt ceremony is another ritual that's incredibly powerful. You go up, your teacher takes your belt off you, whatever belt you have, and then they put the new belt on you. They're the first ones to tie the belt on you. And everyone cheers, and it's amazing. And when you grade the black belt, which on average for most people is like a 10-year journey, it's pretty emotional. And even if you're getting it, it's still very overwhelming. And not only for the people that are grading, for those that are watching, because everyone that trains wants to eventually be there to get to that level in the sport. And jiu-jitsu to me is not really a sport. I know it's like a trendy thing or whatever, but I started, almost 20 years ago. And it was, to me, it's just always been a very powerful mentality / philosophy, because even though it's very practical in terms of self-defense, there's a lot of things that happen when you train jiu-jitsu. And I find the people that stick with it are they're interesting to me, because it's kind of a weird thing to want to do, to put on a gi and get the shit kicked out of you for years before you get any good at it. And even then, you have your off nights, and you get older, you get injured, whatever. Every dog has their day, but you keep going back for this suffering. But there's rituals behind it. There's, like I said, you put on the gi, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter, work doesn't matter, nothing matters. You get on the mats, you see your friends, the energy's good, and then it's kill or be killed after you're learning techniques. And so your mind's working, and you're sharing knowledge with people, and then you're just rolling, and you're rolling with, it could be a cop rolling with a criminal. And literally, it could be people from all walks of life that would never cross paths, but we all get together on the mats, and we train, and we share that knowledge, and we share that love, and all your stress goes away. And you really realize that you just got to breathe, right? And position over submission, and just, do your thing, train, try not to get tapped, and try and be a good, useful training partner, and enjoy the experience, because, like anything else, one day it'll end, you'll age out of it, or you just won't be able to participate on a level that maybe you feel good about. But all this to say, getting your black belt's a pretty crazy thing. Like I said, I'm a brown belt. I'm one belt below that, and I look forward to that day, should it ever come, because it's such an incredible thing. And it all ties back to not quitting, right? and which is why I did this video tonight. I just wanted to go to bed and get up early, but it's because it's late right now. But I said, no, I got to do it. So ritual is important. You always feel better when you stick to your rituals. And I mean, it's like routine, but to me, everything is a ritual, right? You wake up in the morning, you sort of do the same things. And yes, it's a routine, but I think the difference between a ritual and a routine is a ritual has purpose and intention, whereas a routine you can kind of do mindlessly. So if you do anything mindlessly, it's a routine. If you do anything mindlessly over and over again, to me, it's a routine. But if you're doing something purposefully and with intention, and it's focused, and it's the same intention every time, and you're present while you're doing it, to me, that's ritual. People hear the word ritual and they think of religious ceremonies or the occult or whatever and all that stuff. But to me, a ritual is just something that you do with intention that brings you to a certain space to achieve a certain result. So when I get up in the morning, the ritual is make coffee, have a glass of water, pet my dog for at least 10 minutes because she will not leave me alone if I don't pay the pet tax. And then I write, put on the headphones, same tonal music, and just read a paragraph or two where I left off, and then keep going, get into the flow state and just start writing. That's an amazing ritual for me. Writing is a ritual. To me, it's a sacred experience. Everything changes when I get into that headspace. Training, jiu-jitsu to me feels like a sacred space because you get into your heart and you get into a different space with a purpose of getting better at this and spending time with good friends and learning and becoming a better person and letting go of stress and all that stuff. It's a beautiful ritual. So yeah, ritual is important and people have them without even knowing what they are. So yeah, that's my video for tonight. I know a lot of people don't make it this far. If you have, thank you. But yeah, what's your ritual? What do you do consistently and for what purpose? Because it helps us define what our lives are all about when we know what our purpose is. And it doesn't have to be grandiose. My purpose is pretty much to make people laugh and make people feel good and keep myself entertained by doing that because I got the old ADHD or whatever, ADD, and I get bored quick and I need to play with the energies of the universe and other people to keep things interesting and fun and light. And I like to make people feel good. And when I go to jiu-jitsu, I help people breathe. You know, I'm like the old guy now on the mats teaching these young bucks how to breathe and relax and, you know, teach them whatever I have with my jiu-jitsu knowledge. But there's so much power in ritual. So give it a think on it. And if you don't have any rituals, think about creating some because it's a fun thing to get into and it sort of shapes your life. So because we can get aimless and drift, kind of like me talking in this video. But that's my video for tonight. I'm Pete. This is a Celebration Machine. Thank you so much for showing up. If you haven't subscribed and you're into this kind of thing, please subscribe. And if you don't, that's fine too. I hope you're happy and life's taking care of you. So that's it, kids. Have a great night or day or whatever. I'm Pete. This is Celebration Machine. Bye for now.